Mecha Lecca, hi Mecha, honey howdy. This is Anashi Sasuke, and welcome back to Let's Read Homestuck. I decided to do a quick episode while other things are happening, so this won't be like an hour long like that other one. What was it? 8? 7? Blast off? I don't know. But last time we finished Act 2, apparently, so let's see what's going to happen on the page after the end of Act 2. Because it's not Act 6, so it won't be like Intermission 3 or whatever. Dear John. Yeah. Okay. You are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, the man grit needed to lift this book is itself a sign of your maturity, not even to speak of the wisdom needed to grasp the nuance of Sasaka's time-tested mischief. Okay. I am so proud of you, grandson. How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh. But I am afraid it wasn't in the cards, for you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will end on the final day of my life, and even then will continue some. Though I suppose that will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day, and when he and you are ready. But it is your journey I am writing about to wish you luck. There will come a day when you will be thrust into another world, and once you arrive, that is only the beginning. You will soon delve even deeper into a realm of warring royalty and a timeless expanse. A realm of agents and exiles and consorts and colonel sprites, of toiling underlings and slumbering denizens. A realm where four will gather the air of breath and sear of light, the night of time and witch of space, and together they will ascend. John, if only you knew how important you were! I regret my passing came so early in your life, and yet I feel in my heart we have already met. But what I know for sure is that we will meet again. Until then, John, I do hope your father keeps you well fed. With love, Nana. P.S. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay, Act 3. Yeah, woo, finally, okay. It finally made it to Jade, and I don't think it's going to psych us out this time. Alright, cool. A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly antics, as silly girls are often known to do. Is that sexist? Nah, they're teenagers. She may have a silly name, too, or maybe not. It's hard to say for sure without asking her, but since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well just give her a name right now. Farm Stink Butt Lass. I guess her name is Farm Stink. Wake up! You tried to roust Farm Stink from her slumber, but she is really down for the count. It looks like she's holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from... They're right there. In plain sight. Look, they're flashing red. I don't think arms are supposed to do that. Drop pumpkin on Farm Stink. What pumpkin? You see no pumpkin, and frankly, it is hard to imagine that there was ever a pumpkin in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, that would be a really terrible thing to do to poor sweet Farm Stink. Read note. Farm Stink? That is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is... Click. Jade Harley. I guess I'm just going to be saying her name like that now. Examine room. Oh, she's awake. Plants! Your name is Jade. You have just woken from a restless nap. Restful, excuse me. If it was restless, it would not have been narcolepsy. And as usual, you have no recollection of having fallen asleep. You have quite a number of interests. So many, in fact, you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help you sort everything out on your mind. I read that out of order. Oh well. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Apparently you're going to play a silly flute refrain. Are we interacting with this one again? Or is it just happening? Oh. Okay, we're just playing a flute. Flute for flute. Flute for flute. Jesus, it sounds like 100 dying third graders. Wow, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument you actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, you have no idea where this food even came from. Things seem to appear and disappear around here all the time, especially to your unending chagrin, chakras, any sort of large orange gourd that might be lying around. You consider throwing the flute down in disgust. Jade, capture log the flute. On second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute and there's no reason to take your frustration out on it. You just need some practice. But before you capture log the flute, you will need to set your fetch modus first. Set modus. Oh jeez. It's letting us pick it? Nope, it's just saying. But we can look at the other ones. Okay, we got Boggle modus, Pictionary modus, Monopoly modus. Hey, the blue ones. Always go for the blue ones. Yahtzee! Clue. Connect 4. Jenga. That doesn't sound useful. Battleship. Ouija. No! Guess who? Operation and memory. Let's see. You have a wide variety of fetch modi to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa bought you this modus set for Christmas. He's a total badass, even if a little strict. You typically opt for the memory modus when it comes to matters of day-to-day practicality. Select memory. You set your what the fuck? Oh, is that what memory is? Okay, I didn't know that was a board game. You set your modus to memory and capture log the flute. You allocate 9 cards to the modus from your deck since that will be more than enough for your needs at the moment. The modus grabs 9 more cards for matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blank cards and mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the item, you must first pick 1 card, then pick its matching card. For the typical Silodexer, this modus presents a frustrating guessing game and a lot of wasted time with mismatching. But you like it because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. Jade, squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. It is an awfully silly idea, and it is basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably... I can't talk for shit today. Predictably disregard this thought and focus on more sensible objectives at once. Also, I don't think plants are supposed to look like that, and shitting on them would probably not fertilize them. Because that's what this comic was implying. Alright, never mind, she's doing it anyway. Oh my god, this is so much fun! You capture log the bag of fertilizer. Consult colorful reminders. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, and you can be a little forgetful. So, you keep a variety... Oh yeah, I don't wear my eyes for this. So you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there is something different to remember at a certain time, like rememberals, only not copyright infringement. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you that there is something important to remember now! It is your friend John's birthday. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, though in a way that means something is slightly different. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should stop by your room first for some supplies, and most importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. We went back in time again, didn't we? Ah, shit. Capture log the pumpkin growing next to you. You snap up that pumpkin, which seems suitably ripe for the taking. Hopefully the safety of your Silodex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. Oh, or I can say ephemeral, but I can't say predictably. I've been saying predictably all day, and now I can't say it. Man, that's bogus. Exit the room. That's not exiting the room. Maybe this arrow will be exiting the room. What the fuck? You make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium wings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Jade, capture log something. Your memory modus is hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on some fresh produce to fill some more cards. You pick up a juicy red crab apple. I forgot about the fruit with faces. You go pick a nice looking key lime. It's Hey Arnold. Then a delicious mandarin orange. Those are your favorite. I will destroy Iron Man! Calm down there, Orange. And finally, a ripe yellow Eureka lemon. Well, it certainly looks like it's discovered something. Modest fun aside, you feel it is impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Were any of those even vegetables? I don't know, I'm not going back. Go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. You transportalize upstairs. Just above is your room. Ascend. You enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you are immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. Weird-looking puppets. You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of an anthropomorphological persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics, and not infrequently can be found dabbling in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy sporadic bits of narcolepsy, your love for gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize that this is only one half of your room, and it is therefore host to only half of your interests to choose from. For the sake of, simplicity, what it just said is, she's a nerd and she's a furry. Explore the other half of your room. Over here, there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interest, and then some. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You are a skilled markswoman, though your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphically persuaded or otherwise. It's weird to see the word written out capitally like that. Your work table is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particularly exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistently and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you have still not been able to get that broad, flat gizmo there to work, which is a design you have borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You are a great admirer of his, and you're not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventurer, big game hunter, billionaire extraordinaire. He has taught you everything you know. But in spite of all his lessons, it is still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you are on your way out of the house to run your errands. He spends most of his time in the grand foyer stewing in his own intensity and charisma. Liquid hot magma. Let's see what else is in here. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out to find your pet and best friend named Beckerel. I have no idea if I said that right. I'm used to it just being Beck. This animal must be fed, and he will not be happy if he is not. And if he is not happy, then you will not be happy. But first you should really dig out your computer and say hi to John! Now, what will you do? Quickly retrieve firearms from the wall. Riflekin. You equipped your trusty hunting rifle. There would be hell to pay if Granddad caught you leaving the house without it. Wonder why the design on your shirt has changed. There isn't much to wonder, really. You left the wardrobifier on its randomization setting. Okay. You may contemplate what shirt design you favor the most and commit to that setting in the near future. Can I click these things? I cannot click these things. Let's say we got a leaf, the thing, a flower, the ghost, the Beck, the sun, radioactivity, squirrels, atoms, and pumpkin. Capture log nearest Squiddles doll and hug it. Just before you can grab one, the powerful electromagnets concealed in their underbellies become activated, and the two of them get all tangled up with each other playfully. Why did you put electromagnets in stuffed animals? Why would you do that? You capture log the Tangle Buddies. Jade, lose interest in fauna and never speak of it again. I'll read the thing after this. Okay. There it is. Okay. Oh, but you could never do that. What marvelous creatures they are! What a daring dream to combine the finest qualities of humanity with the elegance and nobility of the animal kingdoms! How you wish you could know their world, to hear one night those muted paw pads traipse up your stairs. A low but friendly growl unsettles your slumber, and as the sober seeps from your eyes they detect a sharp pair of ears cutting in moonlight. A mysterious woven tongue invites. Wouldn't those ears suit you? Would not this proud long snout assist you in the hunt? No need to answer. Words slough from the busy mind like a useless dead membrane as a more visceral sapience takes over. Something simpler is in charge now, a force untouched by the concerns and burdens of the upright that farcical yokes of bipedal toe. It now drives you through the midnight brush, your paws whisking through creepers, unearthing with each bold stomp bright odors demanding investigation. But not for long, as you and your new friend must claim the night with piercing howls moonward. You eat a weird bug and don't even care. Pick up your toys! Speaking of which, you pick up and admire one of your manthro chaps. They are wonderful friends and are always cheerful and pleasant fellows. Why, dear Mr. Coxcomb, how will you ever be received at the barnyard gala without the trappings of a proper gentleman? Each manthro chap comes with a number of accessories, including articles of formal attire, a vaccination kit, and a dishwasher-safe slop trowel. What was that second one? Okay. Organize your dolls. You get more electromagnets. You gather all your dolls into a rather cozy looking pile. Change wardrobifier setting. You deactivate the wardrobifier's randomization mode and set it to cycle through these 3 shirt designs. The decision was tough, but you think you came to the best possible conclusion. Oh, there was a poll. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see. That was a really close vote. Anyway. Look out the window! If it please you. I wonder where this picture actually came from. Let's see. It is another beautiful day in your neighborhood. It is peaceful and quiet as usual. A rather imposing volcano looms over your house, which has been inactive for centuries. Though dormant on the surface, the volcanic activity deep underground provides your house with a source of geothermal power. You're not sure why your grandfather decided to draw from this source of energy when he had the unlimited power of the atom at his disposal, but it has been this way for as long as you can remember. You have chalked it up to your family's long-standing propensity for eclectic fursuits. Wait, you mean pursuits. Aha. Retrieve fursuit from magic chest. What is this nonsense about fursuits? You do not own a fursuit. You think anthropomorphic fauna are really cute and enchanting and all, but it has never occurred to you that dress is one. Sure, it is fun to imagine what it would be like to run wild with a pack of wolves, or purr and frolic with a litter of kittens, but dressing up as an animal just seems ridiculous. It would still just be a silly girl draped in a raggedy synthetic tufty piece of crap, and seriously, who are you trying to kid with that sort of baloney? Anyway, it's not a magic chest, it is your gadget chest, which you have adapted for storing a number of useful gizmos. It was once your oracle's trunk, a gift from your grandfather, of course, and still contains many silly fortune-telling knickknacks, all of which are completely bogus. When I first read this, I didn't know what a fursuit was. I just want to say that. It has now been multiple years, and I know better, if that's the word I want to use. But I did not know I didn't understand any of this. I did not know that they were going, hey, she's a furry, but she doesn't think she's a furry. Shh. Anyway, let's open the box! I mean chest. Among the fortune-telling knickknacks are these items. A crystal ball, plus compulsory velvet pillow, a tarot deck, a magic 8 ball, a magic cue ball. What would that even do? Ball. And one of your favorite books of all time, Problem Sooth. So many terrible jokes that I missed. So many. Among the useful gizmos are of course your computer, which you keep inside a fun lunchbox for easy transport, and a couple of gizmos you keep handy so you don't always have to make the long trip to the kitchen. There is a cookalizer for preparing delicious meals, and a refrigerator, a name which is clearly a wacky variation on the much more common household items. Refrigerificator. I'm not even gonna hope I said that right. I'm just gonna keep moving. Jade, examine Magic 8 Ball and Magic Cue Ball. These things are stupid and useless. When the Magic 8 Ball isn't being frustratingly ambiguous, its forecast is always wrong. You have tested it numerous times with certain facts you know to be true. This is its reply when you ask if it is your friend John's birthday today. See? Stupid! Ah. You guess maybe it could be used as a reverse prediction device, and always trust the opposite of what it says, but that seems dumb to you. And anyway, the thing gives you a bad vibe. You might consider smashing it, but you're a little superstitious about whatever ominous consequences that might have, even if the occult talisman in question is a cheap piece of garbage. The Magic Cue Ball, on the other hand, is said to make predictions with alarming precision and specificity. Unfortunately, it lacks a portal on its surface that allows you to view the prediction. You put both of these pieces of junk back in the box. Capture Log Refrigerator. You take the refrigerator. Might as well grab the cookalizer too. No portable kitchen is complete without it. You take your lunch top too, because obviously you're going to be using that pretty soon. Whoops, there goes the flute, but who cares? Jade, feed your friend. Before you go to feed Beck, you will need to prepare a meal for him. You clear some space on your work table so you can set up your refrigerator and cookalizer. Just for fun, Jade allows you to take a stab at matching the cards to use the gizmos. It doesn't present much of a challenge for her, so she figures she might as well step aside while providing a few generous hints. I get the feeling I'm not actually able to click these things. No. No. Warmer. Warmer. Cooler. Cooler. Cold. Warmer. Yes. No. Cold. Ice. Cold. Warmer. Warmer. You have selected the key lime. Way to go. Why does the key lime dance? Try again. If it pleases the laptop. Okay. Hot. Wait. No. Cold. Really cold. Frozen fucking tundra. Take another crack at this. Congratulations, you advanced your matching skill to the new level, Yukon Hero, Legacy of the Frostbite Amputee. Jade is beginning to regret breaking the fourth wall for this ill-advised escapade. Okay, one more time. If it were known in advance how terrible you were going to be at this matching game, the author may have given second thought to preparing this cool interactive Flash application. Look at all these fruits on the loose. Good luck trying to settle them down. I didn't get interact with a goddamn thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. You just deploy the gadgets yourself. Stick fruits in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. These fruits are unlikely to become less impudent anytime soon regardless of where they're stored, but you stick them in anyway. What are they? Why do they have happy faces and shit? You take a look at the refrigerator's rotary interface. You wonder what he is in the mood for today. Press the steak button. Okay. Okay, well, it's a rotary dial, so there are no buttons to press, but whatever, that doesn't really matter. You dial up a thick T-bone steak, which you are sure Beckroll is in the mood for because he's in the mood for steak every day and is never in the mood for anything else. But he does like his steak well cooked. Lightly irradiate steak. Alright. Can it be lightly irradiated, or is it just gonna just... Oh. He does prefer his steak rare, after all. But you will not dignify the thought of turning the knob much further because you are not retarded. That's fair. The steak is now green. I guess you should put it in the garden atrium. You capture log the irradiated steak and save it for your trip outside. You probably shouldn't waste much more time. You wouldn't want all those nice depleted steak isotopes to settle down. Examine the atomic base by your bed. You wouldn't exactly call it an atomic base, but it is heavily customized to accommodate a high level of musical virtuosity, the perfect instrument for the eclectically spirited. You've tuned the strings way down, of course, because your stumpy arms can't reach the low notes. You switch your eclectic bass to its advanced setting, but you probably switch it back since obviously it's too complicated to play it in person like this. The default setting is your preferred mode for casual jamming, and since you can't possibly waste enough time playing music, casual jam is exactly what you're going to do. Jade play a hauntingly relaxing bass line. Capture-log the bass. Cap the bass. You take the portable amp from the wall socket too. Open the lunch top. You like to make yourself comfy in the plushy pile before getting down to business with the Huns with the computer. Get down to business. If I can just click the get down to business button. What? That is not how computers work. Like, at all. Speaking of computers working, mine is doing a pretty astonishing job at not that. So I think I'm going to end this episode here. It's been about 27 minutes anyway. So if ever there was a good spot, it's probably the next page to save, because if I come back to that page, my laptop's just going to have a seizure and never come back from it. This one is actually a little bit worse. Hey, look, John is online. Hooray! Also, it looks like Dave pestered you about something yesterday, but you missed it. Pester John. Okay, cool. This page isn't moving. So, I'm going to save the game. It'll be a game later, but for right now, it's words. So, thank you all for watching, listening to episode 11 of Let's Read Homestuck. In the next episode, I honest to God can't remember what's going to happen, so we'll find out together. Deuces.